This is one of their most recent ones, I think. I think it is the most recent one, to be honest. When an evil mother realizes she's been caught. I know you guys love a good crim psych react with chat, so let's just jump into it, shall we? I'm also fading away, so this is gonna be even more fucked up for me. Yeah, I think that would have made sense in the disturbing things vid. Just like this room right now, bro. What is with middle-aged people's interior design, dude? I don't understand the big TV stands with multiple slots, big fucking whatever this is. I don't know, cabinets, that's the word. Fucking cabinets with Hummels and fucking China dolls and shit. Like, I don't understand why. You know? It makes no sense to me.
Police. I don't know. This house is big. I don't know where my little cousin at. So can you please?
Where is the 3-month-old baby?
The baby lady. The baby is on my mama's kitchen counter with his head smashed. Now I need you to please send me.
Okay, is it a male or female?
Know where my little cousin is at. Now if a little girl pop up with a weapon, I'm not gonna have a little cousin no more. So can you please? I know it's protocol. Can you please just send the police?
As disturbing as this find was, there was something even more terrifying lurking
shit.
nearby. The killer was hiding somewhere in the house.
I hate this guy's voice. I can't take him seriously. Suck on my cock and balls.
Is the baby breathing?
Listen, lady.
See, every time I unpause it after I do a bit, it's like the darkest shit ever, bro. I don't do it on purpose, man.
The baby is deceased.
Okay. All right, we're setting the police and an ambulance, okay?
Mama.
What is your name, sir?
Mama, shush. Hello?
What is your name?
I'm Robert Stewart.
20-year-old Deasia Watkins and her boyfriend James Brown welcomed their healthy baby girl Janiyah Watkins on December 4th, 2014.
I didn't want to see a picture, man.
Going well for the couple. Deasia was excited to become a mother, and after a tough childhood of her own, she vowed to give her child the love she'd never received. But no one would have ever predicted the sheer horror that lay ahead. It all began when Cheviot police were dispatched to the apartment where the family was living on January 25th,
Dude, I swear everything after 2010 is just a real-life South Park episode.
15 around midnight. Upon hearing Deasia's screams and baby Janiyah's cries, multiple neighbors had become very concerned and placed 911 calls. Police soon arrived at the residence. However, Deasia refused to open the door. When officers threatened to force entry into the apartment, a young man opened the door, who was soon determined to be James' cousin, Chris Gully. Right away, members of law enforcement detected a strong odor of marijuana and noted Deasia's behavior seemed
okay. No. It is not from weed. I refuse to believe that. Nope. No. I refuse to believe that it can make anybody like that. There's no way.
Erratic. According to official case notes, as an officer tried to take Janiyah out of Deasia's arms in fear for the baby's safety, Deasia allegedly attempted to choke Janiyah, who was only a mere 7 weeks of age. EMTs were called to the scene to perform welfare checks on both Deasia and Janiyah. They eventually managed to take Janiyah, and Deasia immediately
all because the baby was crying.
Floor, though the cause of her having lost consciousness is unknown. She was soon moved to Deaconess Hospital for psychiatric care, where she would remain on a 72-hour investigative hold. By the following day, her diagnosis had been established. She was suffering from postpartum psychosis. In addition, marijuana was found in her system, though she denied using it initially. She was placed on an antipsychotic medication. Due to side effects associated with the medication, Deasia was informed that she would have to discontinue nursing Janiyah. And based on Deasia's behavior, staff expressed concern to the caseworker that Deasia didn't seem to be grasping the seriousness of the situation. According to case notes, they felt that she was minimizing the incident, as she described it as no big deal.
Oh, you choked your infant daughter,
apartment, and a safety plan was officially in place. She was allowed supervised contact with Janiyah, provided Deasia took her prescribed medication, and that either James or his sister Jaleisha was present at all times. But a visit from the caseworker reinforced the fact that Deasia wasn't on board with the plan.
That's
She hadn't filled the prescription for her antipsychotic medication. The caseworker reiterated that it was imperative Deasia take her medication, or it wouldn't be safe for Janiyah to stay in the home. James made it clear that she'd have to leave the home if she didn't comply, as the apartment lease was allegedly under his name. Deasia reluctantly agreed. She didn't want to be separated from Janiyah, and in addition, she felt she had nowhere else to go. Of course, soon these concerns would no longer be relevant, as disaster was lurking just around the corner.
How can this
1 week
get
later,
worse,
a
bro?
caseworker
Like,
completed an unannounced visit at the residence and was unable to verify if Deasia had filled her prescription. Over the next couple of weeks, everything
You're the
continued to
caseworker.
deteriorate. By the end of February, Deasia had abandoned the apartment and moved in with an aunt. It was clear that the current situation wasn't working, and it was about to become exponentially worse. Custody proceedings began on March 6th. As paternity had not been established and a mental health assessment needed to be completed on Deasia, the magistrate who presided over the hearing granted custody to the Hamilton County Department of Job and Family Services. During the interim, Janiyah was placed in the care of Deborah Stewart, Deasia's aunt. Neither James nor Deasia were allowed to see Janiyah, and Deborah agreed to the terms. During the caseworker's visit to her home,
so
she
fucked up,
confirmed
man.
that she'd not allowed Deasia contact with Janiyah. She was adhering to the agreement, and baby Janiyah was thriving. But in actuality, things weren't at all as they appeared to be, nor as Deborah claimed them to be. You see, Deasia had been spending time with Janiyah, a lot of time actually. She'd moved into Deborah's home days earlier. Deborah was coping with her own personal issues and health problems. Caring for a baby on her own was just too much to handle.
So
Deborah allowed
out of everybody you ask, out of every single person to ask, this is who you
Deasia
ask.
to stay, despite the fact that she'd explicitly agreed not to allow her contact with Janiyah. 3 days after the caseworker's visit, a life came to a shockingly brutal end within the confines of Deborah's walls. A dispatcher received the frantic 911 call early that morning.
Thanks so much for being here, Robert.
Since 911, where's the address of your emergency?
Somebody please send the police. Please. Oh,
What is the
God, help
address?
me. 5957 Wildwood.
Okay, ma'am.
Lord, help me. Oh,
And who
my
were you
God.
you were just talking to somebody. Who were you just talking to?
My son, he came over here. He found that I was asleep.
Ma'am, you weren't crying but I heard you talking to him. You were fine. And then when I picked up, you started crying. I need you to tell me what's going on.
The dispatcher is trying to make sense of the situation, but so far, nothing is adding up, and her skepticism is
Sorry,
evident.
Chad. I have to
Oh, my God, help me.
answer
Listen to me. I
text
need you
here.
to stop crying, okay? Stop crying.
Oh,
I need you to take a deep breath and tell me what happened.
all I know is my son came in here and woke me up and said, Mama, the baby's dead. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Here, talk to my son, brother. Come talk to my kid.
How old is the baby?
The baby is 3 months. Oh, my God, what is you?
Deborah
Holy
passed the phone off to her
shit.
son, Robert, who'd arrived at the home along with his children just minutes earlier. It was his youngest child who had arrived in the kitchen first and bore witness to the terribly gruesome scene. Robert had immediately ushered his children out of the house to safety, then re-entered, desperate to locate his mother, Deborah.
Hello?
What happened?
Police. I don't know. This house is big. I don't know where my little cousin at. So can you please?
Where is the 3-month-old baby?
The baby is on my mama's kitchen counter.
Deasia was nowhere
That's
to be
insane.
found, and Robert feared she might have been in danger or had potentially been killed as well.
Okay, I need to know what happened to the baby.
I don't know what happened to the baby. I came into the house. She told me. Came into the house. The baby was on the counter. My mom was in the bed asleep. I woke my mom up and we calling you. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else.
Okay. Listen to me.
Look,
Is the baby breathing?
listen, lady. The baby is deceased.
The first 2 officers arrived a few minutes later and immediately entered the home. One officer made his way to the kitchen and quickly confirmed that baby Janiyah was deceased. Simultaneously, the second officer located Deborah in the bathroom of the master bedroom. Officers on scene radioed for additional officers to assist. Amidst the chaos and confusion, a few officers cleared the home and, in the process, they located Deasia. She was in the bed in her room, tucked under the covers, though her hair remained visible. Officers pulled the covers back, and Deasia, without so
Are you fucking kidding me? After all that? After all that? After all that evil and hate, her fucking brain was like, hide in plain sight. Mind-boggling.
much as a word,
There's
was
blood on the fucking bed.
handcuffed and moved to the hallway and remained under the watch of another responding
Sorry.
officer. The rest of the home was cleared without incident.
Bro, she was hiding
As
under the
Deborah's
covers.
house had become a crime
Like,
scene that would require thorough
Come on,
processing.
dude. Come on.
The
I
parties
can't.
were moved to the Criminal Investigation Section, known as CIS, at the local Cincinnati police station. It was there that everything began to unfold, but it would take some time to get to the horrendous truth hidden beneath a cluster of outrageous lies.
Scoot over a little more. I mean, you should have moved the table.
I'll move this over a little bit so you make it easier for her to get.
It's not funny.
Somebody help me! Somebody help me!
Holy fuck. She's been through it. Holy fuck. Like, holy shit, dude. I genuinely think she snapped. Like, she saw the baby die. I don't think she did it. Did she do it? Is that... Because she's the aunt. Deasia's the mom. Deasia's the one that fucking did it. And dipped. It was hiding under the covers. There was blood on the bed. And she saw that shit. And she let Deasia in on the house. So she feels responsible. And she's tweaking. But, I'm sorry. That cry caught me fucking off guard.
What does you want me to help you do? You can't bring back right.
Relation charges.
You know that. You go to and what
Can't take this.
and what about us? And what about your kids?
I can't.
What about your kids? What about us? You being real selfish.
No, I'm not.
There ain't nothing you can do. You trying to help. There ain't nothing you can do. Listen.
He's right.
Deborah's gut-wrenching cries can be heard from the nearby room where Deasia is seated, waiting for detectives to enter.
You can hear it.
Meanwhile, Deborah is beyond inconsolable.
This motherfucker just killed me. I can't take it. I don't think I can live through this. I don't think I can live through this. Oh God, I can't live through this. Oh, no. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, baby.
My name's
That
Jen.
poor baby. That poor baby. That poor baby.
This
More
is
than 2 hours
fucked,
pass
dude.
before detectives enter the room where a stoic Deasia remains
Yeah.
seated.
Oh, gee. I wonder if she fucking did it. Like,
Hi.
nah, this is some crack, bro. This has got to be meth, bro.
Are you DD? My name's Jen. This is Jake. Are you handcuffed? Would you be more comfortable if I took those off?
Right away, Deasia sets the tone for the interview. She doesn't speak or respond to detectives.
What hand do you write with?
You right or left-handed? Are you right or left-handed so I can uncuff the other hand? Just forget it. Jake's gonna read something to you, okay? Just pay attention to him.
All right.
The detective reads Deasia her Miranda rights.
She's done, bro.
You
She's
understand all
dead to
that?
rights. It's done.
Do you understand what I read to you, or do you have any questions on it? Do you not want to talk to us?
Dee Dee,
You okay? Do you not want to talk to us at all?
Dee Dee. How do you spell your name? Spell your name. I can't help you if you don't talk to me. Okay?
Dude,
I want
she's
to make sure you get the help that you need, and I can't do that without even knowing who you are. All I know is you go by Dee Dee.
your sister is bawling, sobbing, gut-wrenching, crying. Jesus.
So how do you spell your name?
But Deasia refuses to sign off on the form to acknowledge that she has received and understands her rights.
We're gonna take some pictures of you, okay? And we're gonna do some other clothes. I would like to sit down and
Oh,
talk
I'm
with
sorry,
you
sorry.
and be able to see what you need that we can help you with. But I can't do that unless you talk back to me.
Despite the detective's efforts to elicit a response from Deasia, they are unsuccessful. Shortly thereafter, a team arrives to handle photographs.
Dee Dee, go ahead and stand up. Stand up. You have gloves on? Yeah. Make her stand up. Go ahead and stand up.
Oh my god, bro. When someone's acting like that,
Let's do some pictures right now. Just
when someone's being stubborn like that after they just did that fuck shit, it's like, alright, bro. That makes me want to kick your ass. That makes me want to beat the fuck out of you. Like,
you probably them right there.
Several minutes
look
later,
at this bitch's hair, bro. Are you kidding me? This is the most insane human being I've ever seen, bro. Simply because of this hair.
the photographs have been taken, and Deasia's clothing has been confiscated and retained as potential evidence.
Did you drink any of your water?
Upon re-entering the room, the detectives continue to run through the gamut of classic interrogation tactics.
It's not gonna work.
But each proves ineffective. Nearly 6 hours in, they've gotten nowhere with Deasia, and the meeting comes to an end. After the unavailing attempt to gain information from Deasia, she was transported to Deaconess Psychiatric Unit.
Dude, there's nothing behind these eyes. I'm sorry.
where
I
yet
didn't mean to
again,
pause there.
She received
just
treatment and
baked.
was kept for observation. 3
There's
days later,
nothing
she's
behind
back
those
at the
eyes, bro.
station, seated in front of detectives. And as you're about to see, this interview is in stark contrast to the one that took place previously.
Okay, wait. So it says above my head, March 19th, 2015, day 2 of interrogation, 3 days after baby Janiyah was found dead.
You handcuffed?
Yes.
Let me take them off. You left or right-handed? Right-handed? And I'm gonna read you a form here in a second. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to sign it saying that I read it off to you and that you understand what's on it. Okay?
Once again, the detective reads Deasia her rights. This time around, she signs the form, acknowledging that she has received and understands her Miranda rights. After some general questions, the detectives begin to work toward untangling the terrible mess that led to an unthinkable tragedy.
So we're gonna talk to you about the stuff that happened the other day. What I'd like to do is just go back, okay, way before any of that. We talked to James a little bit. You know, how'd you guys become boyfriend girlfriend?
We just got to know each other first.
How long ago
Oh, now she's talking? Like, now she fucking has the audacity to speak up when her fucking literal aunt isn't bawling in the next
did you
room?
guys get that place together? Was that before you were pregnant or while you were pregnant?
I was pregnant.
Was he working anywhere?
Yes.
Where did he work at?
McDonald's.
At some point, once you had the child, you guys went back to the house where you and James were
That's a
staying together, right?
McDonald's baby right
So
there.
you guys went back there after you left the hospital? Okay. At some point in January, the police were called to that house there. Do you remember all that?
No.
You don't remember that very well. Do you remember after the police were called there? Like at that point, they had taken you up to the hospital, then had you evaluated, and then you were able to go back home. Do you remember all that? Well, at some point after I talked to James, he said that you moved out of that place and went to stay with one of your aunts. Which aunt did you go to stay with?
My Aunt Debbie.
Aunt Debbie?
During Deborah's interview 3 days earlier, her sister Cindy assisted in answering questions posed by the detective and addressed this very topic.
She called my sister one day about a couple of weeks ago, asking could she come and get her. My sister, she's sick, she can't see. So my sister said, I can't drive, I shouldn't be driving because I'm sick right now. She was crying so hard, like, please, Aunt Debbie, come and get me.
Dude, she doesn't deserve to go through that
So
shit,
she
man.
came, according to James, she came and helped pack you up and help move your stuff over there.
I feel so bad for the
Okay, so you
aunt.
were staying there, like, during while the stuff was going on with the court between you and the baby and James. Like, they're trying to establish him as the father. Why wasn't he on the birth certificate? Did you guys have some type of fight, or?
No.
No?
His ID had expired. He had his ID, but since it was expired, they said they couldn't do it.
So he couldn't sign the birth certificate because of that? Okay.
Though James had expressed his fear that Janiyah could potentially be taken from him due to this unfortunate issue, he'd failed to file for custody. The detective shifts to another important subject.
When you went to stay with your aunt, were you taking medication then?
No.
Weren't taking any medication? Were you supposed to be
Cap.
taking some?
Full cap.
Or why didn't you want to take it?
There's that.
Just didn't? Okay. How long were you staying there before the baby came and stayed there?
Wow, that's a nice, dude. That's like a nice house. What the fuck?
Gave
It's like an
custody
actual
to
really
your Aunt
nice
Debbie,
house.
right?
Yeah.
While it appears that Deasia is clearly under suspicion, perhaps not everything is as it seems.
This is a case of the aunt hooking up their niece. It would be niece, right? Yeah.
I was down there talking to one lawyer. I come back and they don't talk to her into getting the baby.
Yeah, it sounds like she was in a it sounds like she was in a bad spot to begin with. I guess they couldn't find it anywhere else to place the baby. But I also assume she was just trying to be nice and not split the mom and daughter. Yeah, oh, 100%. And she's also sick and can barely fucking see. So it's like, holy fuck, dude. I genuinely feel so fucking bad for her. Like, fuck, dude. Then the fucking Dee Dee, the mom, is fucking a bitch. Fucking cunt. Fucking crackhead, psychotic. Like, that's insane, bro. To put anybody through that. To be like, hey, my life is really shit, but your family, so can you please help me? Like, I pray I never get to that point, bro. I pray nobody in my family's ever at that point. Because, like, obviously we're family, bro. We're gonna help each other. It's just how it is, bro. It's how they were, you know what I mean? But you don't expect that. Like,
They talked her into getting the baby. Hit her lawyer, and I didn't know what was
insane.
going on. I just said we all pitch in and help because I work. And she's retired, so I said, well, I'll pitch in.
Of course she's retired too, bro.
We don't want her to go in a foster home.
Cindy explained that her sister
you go.
Deborah was hesitant to take on the responsibility of caring for Janiyah. It seemed she felt obligated to head the effort, though she wasn't equipped to handle everything that came along with it.
Same.
Maybe that had an impact on an extreme action she'd take in a matter of just a split second, one she'd come to desperately regret.
She got the baby, and that's what they want on. Yes, she was supposed to be around the baby, so.
That was part of the rules.
Yeah.
Before you ended up with the police, how long were you there with the baby? About 8 days? Okay. So the night the police ended up getting called to the house, we had talked to your aunt, Debbie, and she
3
said when she
weeks,
went
bro.
to bed that she gave you the baby. She said her eye was hurting her real bad. She was trying to take her medication. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And she said she passed the baby off to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
Dude, if she tries to frame the aunt, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, dude. That's a whole nother level of evil, bro. No shot.
With this line of questioning, everything begins to shift in an unnerving direction.
The night when all this happened and the police came, and you had the baby in your room, was the baby sleeping in a crib, in the bed with you, in the chair? Where was the baby at?
The crib.
Was in a crib in your room?
Yes.
Actual case photo, empty crib.
One of the things we saw in the bedroom was a broken lamp. Do you remember how the lamp got broken?
No.
Obviously, at some point, something bad happened with the baby. Okay? Do you remember what happened?
No.
How did the baby get into the kitchen?
I don't know.
Do you think Aunt Debbie did something to the baby?
Yes.
You think?
I should have expected it. I should have expected it. To be honest, this is a new low. This is a new low of human scumbag.
Think it was Aunt Debbie?
Yes.
What do you think she did?
No.
The idea was unfathomable, but the alternative was even more unimaginable.
Are you kidding me? Look at her reaction compared to the actual mother. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Aside from Janiyah, Deasia and Deborah were seemingly the only individuals in the home around the time that the terror ensued. Detectives had to explore the possibility that the combination of Deborah's own personal and medical issues, along with the responsibility of caring for a baby, had caused her to snap.
Yeah, watch it be a twist. Yeah, see, had caused her to snap.
Perhaps Deasia's reality had truly become a mother's worst nightmare, and her own aunt had taken Janiyah's life.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so though. Like, dog, I'll actually like run around the fucking room, dude. I don't even know. But she keeps saying that. But I think she keeps saying it's my fault because she let Deasia take the kid while she went to bed to take the meds. I think that part of the story is real because the actual case photo of the baby wasn't in the crib, but she also wasn't in the bed. But in Deasia's butt there was blood stains, dude. I don't understand, dude. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. Theory immediately debunked, just like that.
Stabbed her?
Yes.
Do you know what she stabbed her with?
The knife was right next to her.
The knife was next to the baby?
The baby, yeah.
Murder weapon, there's nothing on it. There's no blood. Oh my god, I'm high as fuck. This is blue. 'Cause YouTube. Holy shit, dude, it might actually be a twist. Is this some M. Night Shyamalan ass shit? What a twist.
It was when I saw
The what? I'm sorry?
it. Was in the baby hand when I saw it.
So you went out there and saw.
No, when I heard her scream.
She hadn't seen the infant's lifeless body. She'd heard Robert's little girl's blood-curdling screams as the child entered the bloodied kitchen, and word of the grisly scene soon made its way through the home. But clearly, things weren't quite adding up.
How do we make that leap from the baby's acting like a normal baby to the point where we end up where it is badly injured and dies in the kitchen? That
I don't know.
you don't know?
I guess when I
Yes.
Okay.
I guess Aunt Debbie was sleepwalking.
Take a little turn. That's not what happened.
The detectives have come to this meeting armed with indisputable evidence.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
During all this, did you have the knife in your hand?
Of course, the detectives already know the answer to this question. They just need to hear it from Deasia.
I didn't have the knife in my hand.
You didn't. You never had the knife in your hand. So those aren't your fingerprints that are on the knife in there.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
So if we pull that up and your fingerprints on that, like, how am I going to explain that then?
My fingerprints just stay on there.
They just stay on there?
That's not how fingerprints work, bro.
No, but I'm telling you that they are. I'm saying, how do I explain that?
Should I tape in it?
By checking it? Why? We did check it.
No, the person I went here, because I didn't touch it.
Okay. Well, your theory
debunked, but that's
Even
just a
though
theory. A murder theory.
She was completely asleep.
She
had no
was
blood on her.
she was asleep.
No blood on her hands.
Base Debbie.
You still think she's the one that did it?
Yeah, she sleepwalked.
She sleepwalks?
Yeah, she sleepwalked.
Do you sleepwalk at all?
No.
How should Bill and I explain all the blood and stuff that was all over you? You don't know?
No.
Take a guess. What do you think would be a good explanation?
At this point, the detectives are done
Yeah, they're
entertaining
done.
Deaja's absurd claims and denials. They employ some tactics that weren't successful last time around.
Do you know the difference between a bad person versus a bad thing? Like doing a bad thing? Do you understand the difference?
Yes.
So there are people out there
What
who
sucks?
are bad. Okay? But there are people out there who aren't bad, who sometimes do bad things. And there's a big difference in that.
Ah, damn. There goes Aunt Debbie sleepwalking again. Hide your children.
That's just what we're trying to find out. Do you think something was just going on that may have caused you to do this?
Yes.
What do you think was going on?
They were just trying to take my baby.
And
People
framed
were
her
trying
for
to take
it.
your baby from you and that upset you?
All while unconscious, dude.
Okay. Did that make you feel like if you did this to the baby, then nobody would take it away from you?
It was only the most well thought out,
But
flawlessly
detectives aren't yet
executed,
able to
intricate
overcome
plan
Deaja's
ever.
denials, as she continues to claim that she didn't cause Jania's death. They continue at it and try a different approach.
I don't think you wanted anything bad to happen to the baby. I don't think that at all. You wouldn't have kept trying to stay there and be around the baby if you wanted something bad to happen to it. But you would agree that something very bad happened. Okay, and the baby is no longer with us and the baby's dead. Okay? But the manner in which the baby died was caused by somebody with very deep feelings, very strong feelings. There was a lot of angst in what was done. Somebody had very strong feelings towards that baby. Okay? And the person I find with the strongest feelings, one way or other, about that baby is you.
No.
You're the person that had
Really?
the strongest connection. And what I'm trying to get to the bottom of what happened here, I think a big goal for the police is we want to know exactly what led up to this, what may have caused or what may have led you to react in such a way so that we can help somebody else from not doing it. If you could help another mother with the stuff that you were suffering from in the postpartum, wouldn't you want to do that? You know Aunt Debbie didn't do this. You don't want to blame it on Aunt Debbie. That's not going to help. Okay? Do you think I'm getting a little close there with the fact that you just don't want to believe you did it? How do you... So, when you think about Janiyah...
No. She was fully conscious,
How do you
fully
feel
aware.
I feel real sad.
Real sad?
And disappointed.
Why do you feel disappointed?
Because I just lost my daughter and I really love her.
You don't
And
seem
none of us
sincere
in
about
here
that.
Doubt that you loved her.
I do. I don't.
Okay.
I'm doubting
Just
that
what- just
myself.
because of
Me
what
right now.
happened-
I'm doubting it.
happened, that doesn't mean you didn't love her. I want you to tell me what made you upset that night. What started all this?
She's way too old for this
What
and way
happens
too
that makes
retired.
you upset?
Way too blind, way too
Nothing
hurt.
upset
She's
you.
legally blind.
The detective directly confronts Deaja with more evidence.
How did you end up
She's
with
legally
all this
blind.
blood on you when the police get there? You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I hate
How
that
would you
response,
explain
dude.
If you were the police detectives, how would you explain?
I want one criminal to just be geeking out. Just be like, yeah, they fucking deserved it. Da, 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 da. Just be geeking out, bro. Every criminal does this stupid, I'm insane bullshit. I'm seeing demons bullshit. Or I'm fucking, it wasn't me, man. I'm getting bored of it.
You with all the blood all over you.
You know, I was expecting a real twist. And Aunt Debbie was going to come out of retirement one last time.
Why, there's blood all over you.
Little did we know that baby was working with the with the Russians to cause World War III, and was actually the one that put the strike on Ukraine to stop. I'm losing it.
Room where you were sleeping.
I lost a bit.
Why your fingerprints are on the
It's
knife.
too late. I've been streaming too long to do the
What do you
bit
think?
without
What do
stuttering.
you think when we see all that?
That I killed me. That I was the one that killed my daughter.
The detective strategically transitions to the topic of
There you
Deaja's loved
go.
ones,
She admitted
including
it.
James and her family, as he continues to build his case in hopes that something will trigger Deaja to tell the truth.
Do you still have feelings for James?
No.
You know what James asked about you?
What?
So when I talked to James, he said to me, "Can I go see her while you were up at Deaconess?" And I said,
That's
well,
a
at this point,
king
I'm not
right
letting
there.
anybody
That's a
up there.
fucking
If you're
king
concerned
right
for your
there.
own safety from yourself, and they were monitoring
Absolute
you.
king.
And then Bill and I were concerned because we didn't want anybody else up there talking to you yet. But he asked a bunch of times, "Can I go see her? I think I'm the only one that can help her."
Aunt
I
Debbie
think
came
I'm the
out of
only one that
retirement
can
one
get her to
last
open up.
time
I think
this
she'll feel
summer.
comfortable talking to me.
Aunt
I was
Debbie
impressed with James.
comes out of retirement
Because
one last
given the
time.
circumstances
What did
of
he
what
do?
happened,
He wanted to see
I'm not
her
too sure
still.
that I would be asking questions about you. He was upset about your knife, but he still was concerned about you. The rest of your family asked those same type of questions. Were you surprised to hear that James and your family was asking about you?
Yes.
Okay. And to be honest, I was surprised too. I thought they would be really, really mad at you. But you know why they're not?
Why?
Why?
Because they don't think you're a bad person either. They don't think you're a bad person. We don't think you're a bad person. But we do think that you're responsible for a bad thing.
I think you're a bad
I'm
person.
not going to sugarcoat that or lie to you. And all the evidence and all the facts that we've collected and investigated goes right along the same line. It all points to you being responsible.
The detective explains that she needs to accept responsibility and deal with the consequences.
And we need to move forward from that. Not just for the court stuff and for police stuff, but just for the family and everybody else. Aunt Debbie didn't do this sleepwalking, did she? No, she didn't. What set this off? What
And David
happened?
sleepwalking again.
I do want to help you, but I want to help the other people too.
The detective needs to uncover the spark that caused the massive explosion of violence. But Deaja reverts back to her original claim. She just doesn't know. The other detective chimes in.
Do you understand? Jake's trying to tell you that you're not here because if you did it. We know that this happened. That you had a part in this. Okay, that you did this. We're just trying to. He's trying to figure out. We're all trying to figure out what was going on, how or why this happened. We know Aunt Debbie didn't do it, and you know that too.
At what point, once you got to the kitchen,
I'm faded right now.
what happened once you got there?
This time, Deaja provides a different answer, and it's unbelievable.
I took that money and I killed her.
With her admission, less than 40 minutes into the
There
interview,
you go.
the denials cease. The ugly truth has finally been exposed. But it seems there's likely more to how this all came about. You recall the incident where the police were dispatched to the apartment as a result of cries and screams coming from within that night in late January. Well, as it turns out, it wasn't the first foreboding episode that had occurred within those walls. James shared some disturbing details with the caseworker at that initial meeting, shortly after Deaja had been taken off to the hospital for an evaluation. The beginning of 2015, which marked Janiah's first month, brought along with it some changes in Deasia. According to James, she began speaking regularly about religion. While that in itself wasn't a cause for alarm, it was out of character for Deasia. Her unsettling behavior included claims that demons were present. There were times she'd be fine one moment, then
What did I
uncontrollably
say?
crying the next.
What did I say?
James had managed to
That's called bipolar disorder. There's medicine. Just take it.
capture the audio
And if it doesn't make you feel good, find a way to deal with it. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's not demons. It's not religion. You're just having a fucking episode. Like, holy fuck, dude. But people are so afraid to fucking open up their brains a little bit. Like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. Let's shove it down, shove it down, shove it down, shove it down, and then...
of one such occurrence as he clutched Janiyah in his arms, unsure of what else to do. He played the recording for the screener, and a hysterical Deasia could be heard screaming, "Why, God? Why me? What did I do wrong? Who are these demons? Please stop it." According to James, the incident, not unlike the one that occurred just hours earlier,
I don't know, maybe
was
I'm sleep
unprovoked
deprived,
and
but
completely unexpected.
feeling a
That
bad
said,
juju.
Deasia is now about to reveal her version of the slaying that ensued just days earlier, and she's poised to divulge every last nauseating detail.
Jesus.
Please be advised that the following segment may be too graphic for some viewers.
Not for
Deasia
us, though.
starts at the
We're
beginning.
men.
I took Janiyah, so I changed her diaper. He kept screaming in the rain. And then I didn't get to change it, so I just threw it across the room. He didn't die, so I walked over there. I picked her up and banged her head and looked herself 4 times. Then, after she wasn't dying there, he clipped the big old stick and hit her in the head 4 times. She wasn't dying fast enough. And that's when I ran in the kitchen and killed her and ran her off. Took the knife on out, stabbed her in her head, told her to die. Stabbed her in the eye. She was still touching. Just cut her neck.
How many times did you cut to get her neck severed?
Until it sliced off.
Once you
Wow,
started
that's,
stabbing her, what made you think you needed to?
That's a
cut her
lot
head
even
off
for
after
me,
that?
man. That's wow.
She wouldn't die. How do you know she wasn't dead?
Wow. Like, I can usually handle some pretty gory shit.
She kept breathing and moving around.
I don't need
Even
that
after
mental
you were stabbing
image
her?
in my head, dude. Jesus
What did you
Christ.
do with the knife after that?
Put it in her hand.
Was there a reason that you did that?
Yes.
Why did you put it in her hand?
So it looked like she did it.
So it would look like she did it?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
I can't laugh at that. I'm sorry.
Deasia's revolting account is consistent with the evidence found at the scene.
What made you do that?
He said it was postpartum.
You know?
Yeah, cause women when they have babies go fucking crazy. Okay, I listen. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't fucking know what the fuck it's called, what the fuck it is, but it changes them before and after and during. You know what I mean? Like in the head, people think it's like all physical, but it's fucking emotional, dog. Like, you know, and. Not to mention the fact that she's genuinely just bipolar. She's definitely type 2, type 1, or whatever the fuck the most extreme form of bipolar is, or sociopathy. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally it. She's not fucking hearing demons and shit. She's having a fucking manic episode. Just like when I fucking get irritated in Mario Kart and want to fucking go into the game and rip someone's head off. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking actually go do that shit. No. But bipolar is like, hey, I'm gonna say that and go fucking do it. No, bipolar is a bad example of that. I'm so tired. I'm so sleep deprived right now. What the fuck am I talking about? Don't expose yourself on stream. Yeah, dude. Every red shell I throw is a baby just right in the trash, baby. I've lost the plot. Oh my god, man, I've lost the plot. My point was she's just in a psychotic bipolar state. You know what I mean? Like she got in a manic episode, essentially. Not saying everyone with bipolar is like that. That's gonna get me canceled in the future. Because that's not what bipolar is. You're not insane. Fuck. I'm digging myself a hole here.
Yeah.
Do you regret what you
It's
did?
Aunt Debbie's fault. This is all Aunt Debbie's fault.
Do you feel bad about what you did to Janiyah?
She's sleepwalking again, really.
Why don't you feel bad?
Just,
Do you blame Janiyah for something?
yeah.
What made you want to kill her?
I don't know.
Do you think you could have just given her to James instead?
Yes. I get in contact with her.
How? How so?
Couldn't get in contact with him?
Yeah.
James, how long before?
This isn't
Robert showed up?
Minecraft. Not digging a hole. Come
A
on.
good 15.
I'm sorry,
A good 15.
15 minutes?
Yes.
Did you hear the little kids scream when they came in?
They didn't even scream. The little girl said, the baby.
So you heard all that?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
After catching a glimpse of baby Janiyah in such an utterly brutalized state, Robert had to divert his eyes.
What do you see when you look at the child? What?
Look, lady, I don't want to describe the scene. The screen is very, very bad.
Yeah,
all right?
I
The
wouldn't
little
either, man.
lady
Holy
head
fuck.
is open. Like,
Okay.
open. I'm not going in there to touch nothing because I don't want to mess nothing up. I'm not going in there to look because I already seen it. But it's very violent. It's a very violent scene.
We're gonna step out for a minute.
Holy fuck,
Okay.
dude.
Were you able to tell anyone else about this?
No.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Would you like
Hey,
something to drink?
I mean, didn't I say like an hour ago that I wanted the killer to be like upfront and honest? Bro, that flipping sucks. It does, dude. Are you kidding me? Imagine walking in. That's his daughter too, you know what I mean? Like imagine walking in and seeing that shit. Bro probably instantly saw that, turned around, 911, fuck no, was like, nope. That's enough for today, dog. Like for the family, imagine having a standard day. After that, impossible. You'd have to move. I'd move states. I'd move countries at that point, dude. Like honestly, I'd move as far as fucking away, excommunicate myself from this fucking woman, bro. Then your kid goes in and comes back and says, "Daddy, the baby." Yeah, like then your like kid has to see that, bro. Scarred for life, bro. Scarred for life. Scarred for life. You wouldn't think it's real. As a kid, you wouldn't even know what you're seeing.
Detectives exit the room and don't return for any additional questioning.
Like, actually insane, bro. Insane. Stuck with that child for life.
Less than 15 minutes later, Deasia is headed for the Justice Center. Deasia's account confirmed the Hamilton County Coroner's report. Baby Janiyah had sustained stab wounds on both her face and head. When the coroner was asked if she could provide the number of stab wounds, she stated that she'd lost count. Janiyah's right arm was fractured. In addition, her head had indeed been severed from her body, as Deasia so callously described. According to the Hamilton County prosecutor, Job and Family Services did their job. Nevertheless, the haunting case is one you likely can't wrap your head around, and the question of why really wasn't answered, at least not completely. Deasia's initial plea in response to her aggravated murder charge was not guilty by reason of insanity, but the presiding judge ordered that she receive psychiatric treatment. It was later determined that she was competent to stand trial upon receiving the required treatment. However, a trial date never came. Deasia Watkins pleaded guilty to the brutal murder of her own infant in February of 2017. She received a sentence of 15 years to life in prison, with the possibility of parole at 13 years, as she was given credit for the time she'd already spent in custody. Due to the monetization policies of this platform, we had to make a lot of cuts and heavily censor the content of our videos. With an entire team behind the creation of each video,
Make sure to join the Patreon to see the disturbing, fucking grotesque footage of this infant.
Cost of obtaining exclusive footage. We cannot afford to produce demonetized content. Therefore, if you would like to see less censored versions of our videos and even more exclusive content,
that's so fucked
you can
up.
do so by joining our Patreon.
Not this one, man. Not this one. Don't do it for this one, man. Not this one. Fuck, dude. That was such a good video. Holy shit. That was so fucked. That was, like, I'm genuinely speechless, bro. Like, I'm genuinely speechless. That was insane. That was batshit insane. That was batshit insane. Are you ready for the next video I got on the list? I have shit set up for when I fall asleep. Boom, 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 boom. I know, right? Anyways, Chris Chan documentary.